I'm Eve Simone. Today I want to talk to you about how do you hold the bow. That is the French bow for the double bass. I play the French bow. I'm from the Philadelphia area in the United States, and that's just what's common around here. For many years, the Philadelphia Orchestra was an all French bow playing section. I don't know if that's still the case. But anyway, when I started having lessons, French bow was the only option. I did spend a summer learning the German bow, and I think I even played a recital with a German bow when I was a teenager, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and if I had one right now, I would definitely want to try that some more. But I want to talk about the French bow today because I've been watching the internet, especially YouTube and other places, and I'm seeing a lot of different things happening, and I want to kind of summarize what I'm seeing, give you my perspective, and ask you what you're doing, what's happening. Because you know what? I stepped away from playing the double bass for a few decades, so maybe things have moved on in the same way that people are now kind of sitting and holding it like a cello, you know, like this. Maybe the bow hold has changed. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try to come up here so you can see. Here's my hand. See that? That's that side. And then that side, I have my thumb right there, okay? So that's it. That's what I do. But apparently there's other things you could do. You can put your thumb back here now. That's called the Italian approach. You can put your thumb under somehow, underneath. I don't know. But the thing I want to talk about the most is what I'm seeing on the internet, is what I'd like to call the claw. What is this? Like, people are taking their first two fingers and kind of clawing around there and moving their hands up like that. Yeah, like that's what I'm seeing out there. And these are people who play very nicely. They play very well. So the fact that they're holding the bow in this new way makes me wonder, what is it? Am I missing out? So let me play the way I typically play and see how that is. With the way I hold the French bow, I can move my whole hand as I'm playing, right? I can move my wrist, my fingers, I can rebalance my hand, my elbow, my arm, my shoulder, everything can get involved, okay? Because I have this like freedom of movement by holding it like this. Now, if I put my thumb underneath, still sounds pretty good. But if I want to do some things, with spiccato and some different techniques, I think it would be challenging to do that holding the bow like that. And also there's this idea that people can hold the bow one way when they're learning and then they change to a more advanced way. Well, to me, I don't recommend that. You know why? Because if you learn it one way and then you have to change to a second way, you're putting yourself through learning two things, whereas you could just learn it the way you're ultimately going to do it. And then, it's easier, I think. So I don't go for this beginners should do one thing and then change. I think beginners should learn what they're going to do for their lifetime playing the double bass. So, and then for example, what I'm talking about with spiccato or things like, if you want to go... It doesn't sound too good, not a good demonstration, but you get the idea. I think, so when I'm thinking about, and the Italian, let me try the Italian, where your thumb is back further. As much, and even though I wasn't taught that way and I'm not familiar with it, I can see how that could be good. And also having the flexibility to kind of like move your thumb. Sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there. That could be fun. So I'm going to refrain from judging that. If that's what you're doing, have at it. But actually, I'm not judging you at all. You do whatever you want. For example, you want to hold the bow like this? You want to hold it backwards? I mean, hey, you do you, you know? But at the same time, the reason I'm thinking about this is because I think that some of these bow holds will make life more difficult for you in the long run. And the claw, let's get back to the claw, because that one really has me flabbergasted. The claw is like, it's like these fingers are like wrapping around over here. That's what I'm seeing on the internet. Can I even play like that? Let's try. Okay, I can play like that, but I'll tell you what it does to my hand right away. It hurts my thumb. Because it's like I'm gripping on with these fingers, and then my thumb hurts, and then I don't have that, you know what I lack if I try like that? I'm lacking kind of being able to move my hand freely and all the joints being able to be flexible, because I'm grasping, you know, with the claw. So I don't recommend the claw. I'm just going to put it out there. Usually I'm a live and let live, do your own thing, you know, follow your bliss kind of person. But I'm going to just say I don't recommend the claw because I think it'll lead to pain in your hand. And I think it restricts your movement, you know, so you can't really have nice, you know. You know, the French bow hold like, you know, like this. I like that. And since I've gone as far as to share my opinion, I'm just going to share my opinion on a related topic. Don't put things on your bow. You know, like there's a whole industry apparently of things that people attach to their bows to help them. I can't even tell you how strongly I'm against this. You know why? I mean, you're adding weight to your bow. And the whole beauty of bowing is finding the balance, right, in your hand. So the minute you put something on there, you're messing up your balance. And again, you're learning something, and you're going to have to compensate for that added weight. And then when you take it off one day, you have to relearn something else. So don't put yourself through that, you know? Anyway, drop me a comment. Let me know, what are you doing? Are you doing the French style, the Italian style, the early music style? I think that's what it's called. Are you playing with a claw? What are you doing? Do you play with a German bow and you're just staying out of this conversation entirely? And if so, I respect that, you know? Yeah, let me know how it is and what you think. And like I said, I haven't played the bass for a few decades, so maybe the claw's the new thing. I don't know. But I don't go for it myself. I've had enough problems. You know, even holding my hand. I hold my hand like this, you know. This is it. And the bow just fits right nicely under. And I can move all of my fingers and adjust the weighting, you know. So I don't want to give up any of that to claw at it, you know. Because, like, if I'm clawing with these fingers, I feel tension in my hand. And when I feel tension, I can't feel that freeness in my arm, you know. You know. Well, anyway, let me know what you think. And like I said, maybe the claw's the new thing. What do I know? Take it easy.